You don't know until you see. It depends. I think mail-in voting is going to rig the election. I really do.
Are you suggesting that you might not accept the results of the election?
I have to see. Look, Hillary Clinton asked me the same thing.
No, I asked you the same thing in the debate.
There is a tradition in this country. In fact, one of the prides of this country is the peaceful transition of power, and that no matter how hard fought a campaign is, that at the end of the campaign, that the loser concedes to the winner. Not saying that you're necessarily going to be the loser or the winner, but that the loser concedes to the winner and that the country comes together in part for the good of the country. Are you saying you're not prepared now to commit to that principle?
What I'm saying is that I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
Well,
okay?
Chris.
And you know what? She's the one that never accepted it.
I agree.
She never accepted her loss, and
but
she looks like a fool.
Can you give a direct answer? You will accept the election?
I have to see.
So what you just heard there was a clip from Donald Trump's interview with Chris Wallace on Fox News, where Trump suggested that he may not accept the results of the election should he lose. He basically said, we'll have to see. And he's planting the very dangerous seed of rejecting or putting into question the very result of the election if he doesn't win. He's already saying that mail-in voting is going to quote-unquote rig the election, that the mail-in system is going to be used by the Democrats to steal votes in close states from Donald Trump and the Republicans, even though, of course, Donald Trump himself has used mail-in voting when he votes in Florida, even though he currently lives in Washington, proving that there is value and necessity for mail-in voting, at least when it comes from the people that vote for him. But beyond that, you have him saying that the results might be in question, that I can't promise to accept them, as Chris Wallace notes in the clip, and then they cut to it. He said the same thing almost 4 years ago in his debates with Hillary Clinton, where he basically said, I might accept the results, I might not, we'll have to wait and see. This is a man who knows that he's clearly on pace to lose. And he ended up fluking out a win 4 years ago, despite heavily losing the popular vote, because he was very fortunate about where his vote fell. But with the margins he's polling at right now, which are worse than in 2016, he is on pace to lose, and even the natural electoral college advantage he has won't be enough this time. Biden is winning in far too many purple states for Trump to pull out an electoral college victory with a popular vote loss this time. And so he's basically saying, I'm going to take my ball and go home. I'm going to take my ball and go home and basically burn everything down behind me if I don't get to be president for another 4 years. This is not only very dangerous behavior, it's absolutely baby-like, childlike behavior. That this person who's president of the United States can't accept a loss, can't accept that the consequences of 4 bad years in politics equal him no longer getting to be president. None of this is to say that Joe Biden's a great or ideal person to replace him, but if the voters pick Biden, Donald Trump should accept the results. That's a baseline. As Chris Wallace noted here very effectively, the United States is a country with a lot of issues, but one of the things that the United States has generally had is a peaceful transition of power from president to president. Not to romanticize American democracy too much, but there are very few instances where presidents have said, I'm not going to leave the White House, or I'm not going to recognize my successor, or, I'm not going to recognize my successor even though I've done my 2 terms because they're from a different political party. Barack Obama was welcomed by George Bush. Barack Obama welcomed the Trumps into his house. Bill Clinton was welcomed by George Bush Sr. The Clintons welcomed the Bushes into the White House. That's the way it is. It's actually a pretty good run the United States has had in that regard. And Donald Trump, with his rhetoric, is threatening to undo all of that. It's absolutely heinous. And one thing Chris Wallace gets wrong here is when he agrees with Donald Trump in saying that Hillary Clinton never accepted the results. I don't think that's true. I don't know if Hillary Clinton ever said, I formally acknowledge defeat in some sort of letter. I don't know if she said that or if she didn't say that. But she clearly accepted it. She didn't challenge the results. She didn't try to make a constitutional crisis out of it. She didn't try to say that Donald Trump is not the real president. She didn't appeal to the United Nations to invalidate the results. She didn't call upon a foreign government to invade the United States to install her as president. And she attended his inauguration. As a former first lady, as a former senator, as a former cabinet member, she's very high ranking. She was there at the inauguration, a few feet away from Donald Trump. She didn't try to take the mic from him. She didn't try to Kanye it by trying to interrupt the speech. She didn't try to tackle Donald Trump and take away his inaugural moment. She accepted the results. Donald Trump, the least he can do, if he loses, he might not lose. The election isn't over yet, but if he loses, he should nobly accept the results. If he doesn't, he's doing a great disservice to democracy in the United States and all over the world.